I've seen a few videos now where people try to use ChatGPT to make a song, and most of the time the conclusion is that ChatGPT is not very good at making music. And while that's, still technically true, I do find that there are at least 3 ways that I find ChatGPT to be super helpful in my own music production and also in sort of the more like administrative tasks that go along with making music. So let's start off with number 1, and it's just finding new chord progressions. I start off pretty much all of my tracks the same exact way, basically playing around on a keyboard or a guitar until I find a chord progression or a melody that I'm vibing with. And then it's pretty easy for me to hit the ground running from there. But some days, my hands are just falling in the same patterns, or I'm playing the same riffs over and over again, and the inspiration just isn't there, where the experimentation isn't paying off. And maybe I just want to get past that kind of like beat block phase. I'll often turn to ChatGPT and just say, hey, give me a chord progression with this vibe, this genre, this energy, and see what it hits me with. And then sometimes I'll go back and forth a little bit. Sometimes I'll just make some tweaks myself based on my ear. But it's always a good jumping off point when I'm feeling really stuck and not quite sure which way to go. So like that's just like a pretty standard like C, G, A minor, F with some jazz extensions. You got the jazz extensions for the, lo-fi theme. That's cool, but I don't like that G7. That's like more cheery than hopeful. So let's just look at progression number 2, right? But if we just make that a D major 7, it's a little more acceptable. Don't love that C major 7 there, so this would be where I'd be like, just invert the D, I guess. That'd be kind of cool. Then we just throw a little guitar on it, and bada bing, bada boom. You know what? We're just gonna improv, baby. We're doing it live. All right, whatever, there were some moments in there. You get the idea. Thank you, ChatGPT. So the second way I find ChatGPT to be super helpful in my production/promotion stuff is just writing sort of pitches and summaries about my music. So I make sleepy, kind of like dreamy lo-fi, which I really love to make, and I do like put, a lot of thought and personality behind it, but it's not always easy to take the purely instrumental, kind of feeling-based stuff and put words to it for copy for an Instagram post or a Spotify pitch or even a pitch to a label that I want to release the music with. So I sometimes will go to ChatGPT, describe a little bit about the track, some of my inspiration while I was making it, a little bit about the instruments that it's got, and ask it to spit out a little, 50-word or 500 character summary that I can use in those contexts. And then finally, I think this is the biggest one that made the biggest difference in my productivity as far as like being able to turn tracks from nothing to completely finished, ready to put out. And that's using ChatGPT to help me come up with prompts for AI image generators. So similar to writing the copy for the promotion or the Spotify pitch, I'll go to ChatGPT and tell it exactly what instruments I've got going on, the name of the track, the general energy I'm going for, and ask for 10 examples of prompts that I can feed into, your favorite image generation AI for your album art. And every time without fail, it comes up with something more interesting in those 10 options that's worded better, that gives me a better result than I get through 50 iterations of trying to come up with my own prompts. I'm not an AI prompt engineer. You know, maybe you're pretty good with it, but personally, that's pretty hard for me to get like exactly what I'm thinking, or even just something that I'm really happy with. So this saves me a ton of time, and I end up with way cooler album art that I feel like really completes the package for my promotional material, both for the releases or even just a pitch to a label, and I end up with something different out down the road. Just like that, we end up with 4 pretty nice options out of the first prompt that ChatGPT gave me. So I'd usually iterate through a few of these, read them over, and get a sense for what might be a good fit for the track. But you can see how this might be a little bit more inspired than maybe something that I type in myself. So yeah, these are the 3 ways that I personally use ChatGPT all the time in my own music production and promotional stuff. So let me know in the comments what ways you use ChatGPT, if you do the same thing or if you've got other things that you like to try out. Definitely looking forward to hearing what you guys are up to with AI these days. So, by the way, if you want to know more about the AI that I use to generate the album art in this video, you can check out this video right here where I tell you everything you need to know. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.